Hi y'all, Jeff here with Jeff's Cars, and this is my latest purchase, a 2015 Mercedes GL350 Bluetec. Now, going back in history on the YouTube channel Idiot Car Guys, my wife and I had a R350 that she really liked, and it was a very comfortable car to drive. It was easy to drive, and it was, all-wheel drive. And she kind of hated me when I sold it. I mean, rather than doing a few of the little extra fixes and things like that, um, I decided to sell it, and I sold it and got a pretty good price out of it when I did sell it, even with the quirky things that were going wrong. And so she's been wanting something of kind of on her own, that she would feel comfortable in driving. So we were comparing this this model along with the Buick Enclave, the GMC Acadia, the Volvo XC90. We did look at, she didn't really like the body style of the BMW X5. But we were comparing this model rather than going to, the full size, Tahoe, the GMC Denali, the Escalade, things like that. And we came up with this as the alternative solution. And then we were comparing the gas versus the diesel, and so we landed on the diesel. And the reason we landed on the diesel was for the fuel economy. Um, and I'm very impressed with this so far, although there's a few things I need to sort through. And with this being now labeled the S class of the SUVs in Mercedes, I mean, when this came out, it was, this is the GL. Well, now they have the GLA, the GLB, the GLC, the GLE, the GLK, and the GLS. And they've labeled this now, I think, in 2017 or 18, as the GLS. And I'm going to walk around and show some of the features of this, that it truly is an S-Class SUV. So I bought this at a dealership up in Sioux City, Iowa, and I've taken it, after I bought it. I didn't take it to a mechanic beforehand to get it looked at, because I felt I was getting a good deal. I paid $14,500 for the car. It was on Marketplace, is how I found it. And they actually took my Cadillac Elante on trade. Now, I lost my butt on that Elante, but for what it's worth, it was a fun car for the year and a half or 2 years that we had it. It's gone. It had some things that were wrong with it, but I was tired of fiddling and fighting with it, and I really needed something that was, more useful for the family. And this has 3 rows, which we don't need, because our kids are grown and gone, but it gives us the extra room. And if we have family that go, we all want to go someplace, we can fit them, and I don't have the big Suburban to do so. So after I'd gotten it home, in fact, the other day the check engine light came on already for the, since we got it home, and I plugged in my scanner and read the codes. I thought, okay, these are just codes that can pop in there, and so I cleared them. And then right after that, I take it up to the mechanic, little local mechanic here in Tacoma, who is a certified diesel mechanic, and he's done some work for me already before, and does a great job. Another car that's missing that has been sold is the little C-Class 350. He got that transmission fixed. The guy that I sold it to was a friend of mine that actually worked for me, and I worked with his dad years ago. He loves that car, and now he's becoming a Mercedes fanatic. And he actually texted me the other day, and he says, now I'm looking at an AMG 55, and I'm going, oh my gosh, now I've created a monster. So took this up to Jared, and I've already got something I got to sort through. It's got an exhaust leak on the right side manifold, and it's leaking pretty good because you can hear it clatter a little bit. There's a couple filters. We're going to do an oil change and a couple of intake filter whatever. He was going over it, and you know, it's just done lost me. But he's a certified diesel mechanic, and this being the 3-liter diesel engine, it kind of has the similarities as the EcoBoost Dodge, you know, Ram engine that came out, and so he's somewhat comfortable, and boy, he got really intrigued on it. But this thing's got a lot of power, and so in another video, I'm actually going to do a drive video, but this is just going to be kind of a walk around showing the features. But Jared, he's gonna we're gonna get an oil change on this. We're going to worry about the exhaust manifold. We'll get that taken care of, because when I start it, you're going to see it's going to clatter a little bit. So I'm going to take the camera off. We're going to do a quick walk around. So, you know, the front, good old Mercedes badge right on the front. It's got, you know, we've got the running boards down here, and there's lights in those. So at night when you open it up, it illuminates the running boards. And opening up the driver's door, you know, the earlier models GL had the seat controls down on the seat. They've moved them up here like the S-Class. You can see the, you know, there's still a little bit of the Chrysler influence with the window controls. And this one, the previous owner actually had, you know, a brake controller put in. This one has the towing package on it. The only options that this does not have, it does have the ventilated seats, but it does not have the massaging seats. So that option it does not have. And it has 2 sunroofs. It doesn't have the third one, which I'm okay with. And quite frankly, the massaging seats, not having that, not a big deal. Does have the heated or cooled cup holders. Of course, the typical Mercedes climate control. It does have the heated and ventilated seats. You know, here's your sunroof controls. There's some controls up there I haven't even looked at to see what the heck they do. You know, it's tilt wheel, cruise control, of course. It's just got a lot of stuff on it. And this one is, for 2015, is in remarkably good shape. You could tell it was owned by a family. You know, there's a couple little things that, you know, like this one here's got a little cup marks on the, you know, the leather on the door pull, but, you know, kind of put some maybe clear fingernail polish on it to not, you know, so it doesn't tear and rip anymore. This one has secondary air for the second and third row. It is controlled right here in the center stack for the middle seats. Also has heated seats for the second row. You have actual entry to the third row from both sides. Now this one I have the rear seat folded down. You can fold it up from here or in the back. The second row has reclining seats, and quite frankly, some people say that this has got more room back here. You know, it has adult room versus you know, child room. But oops, got to get used to how the buttons work. Now the only thing that it doesn't have is the you know, when you got to push the seat down. Oh, I did find something. Sorry for interrupting there. The fuse box I found, it's right here and underneath the middle row seat. So if you have loss of power, you can pull up on this lever here to unlock it to get to your fuse panel. But you have to actually, these are a little heavy to push down for you know, when you want to get back into a seated position. it is a little heavy, a little cumbersome, but it's not that bad. And then of course when it stops, it folds to the upright position, and if you want to recline it back, then you use the recline lever right there. Going to the back, of course you have your Bluetec label, and then of course underneath the door there's the latch to remove that. And then right now we have one seat up, one seat down. I'm going to go ahead and push the other seat back down. Whoops. And there it goes, giving you more cargo room. 12-volt outlet back here in the back, and of course your seat controls there. Does have a spare tire, full size spare tire. Honestly, I think this vehicle is, has a lot of features to it, and I'll tell you what I paid for it. I think I paid a little less than retail. I paid $14,500, and then they gave me some money for my Cadillac Elante, and then I put some money down, and then thanks to my credit union, they own the rest of it right now until I pay it off. But I think this is a very good vehicle to to travel in. Definitely. It does have lumbar support controls on each of the seats. Very well appointed. And then of course, the seat controls for the passenger seat are on the door itself. We'll go around and actually start the vehicle, and so you can hear what a modern day diesel, this is, it does make with the exhaust leak, it makes a little bit of noise. But and by the way, this one has the push start. I think I'm going to put it back to the key start, where you use the fob, and the only reason is I think you get a little bit better control over your glow plugs, especially in the winter time. But this, of course, functions just like any other, push to start. But right now, I didn't see the glow plugs light up, but it started right up. But I think in the wintertime, I don't know if it has its automatic delay on the push to start, where with the key fob, putting it in, you get to the on position, the glow plugs light up, and then it'll start. But I don't know if you can hear the engine in the background. 112,700 miles. It does have GPS, of course, and yeah, it's sounding good. I'm gonna leave the key fob in here, and I'm gonna open the hood just to get an idea of so you all have an idea what it looks like, and then we'll wrap this up. I do this one-handed. Oh, there it is. There you go, Bluetec diesel, and the dealer I bought it from, they didn't, it hasn't been detailed or anything, so, there's going to be some cleanup going on with this. Looks like you have your charge point or your jump point there. There's probably cabin filter underneath there because there's your air intake. It is twin turbo, and the exhaust leak is down here on the manifold on that side. Overall, I think I got a good deal. Do some highway driving with it, and you certainly, we'll see how it works. One last thing, I just happened to notice when I looked up, you notice there's some, looks like ventilation something. Actually, I believe those are probably crumple points for head-on collisions on the hood there, so that it folds versus pushes backwards. So just something I noticed, and believe it or not, I have not researched a lot as far as the safety on this, but I have a feeling this is probably one of the safer vehicles. And of course, you can see it's sturdy up underneath the hood. That's diesel foot, and this has the blue. You know, you have to put the def in it. So just one more thing, it's supposedly a clean diesel. So folks, there you have it. Put your comments down below. We'll do a drive test on this later, but right now, there you go, a 2015, I'm used to saying 2015 Mercedes 320 or GL350 Bluetec diesel. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.